Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time. It's been a while, and that's because I don't got the new setup yet, but hopefully one day I will be able to get into it. So not only you got me, but you got my boy in the back right there. He's just chilling. And today we're gonna do a little bit of a different video than I normally do, and that's gonna be kind of predicting how the NFL season is gonna go. We just got through week 1 of the preseason, and it's preseason, so it's not that exciting. But there's a lot of people trying to prove themselves. Get into a team and get a contract to the NFL. So we're going to be kind of putting down everything and everybody, I think, in a tier list of who I think is going to win, who I think is going to suck, and all that type of stuff. So here's the tier list right here. We have at the top Super Bowl champions, who I think is going to win the Super Bowl. Then we have conference teams. So obviously we're going to have 3, because Super Bowl champs are going to be up here. So 3 conference teams, the teams that I think are going to make it the furthest in the playoffs without winning the Super Bowl. Then we have playoff teams, barely missed the playoffs, and then we have sorry, maybe next year, as a lot of teams always have to say. So yeah, we're gonna start off real nice and easy. We got the Philadelphia Eagles starting off right here. Well, actually, should I just say who I'm gonna think? Okay, we'll go in order how I have it here. So Philly, Green Bay, Baltimore, Tampa. We'll go like that in order until I think who, and then I'll kind of reorganize everything. So basically, if say Philly, for example, right, playoff team, say Philly is right, say Philly's right there, and say Green Bay comes in over here, right? If I think Green Bay has a better record than Philadelphia, I'll move Green Bay up in the front and move Philly back. So we'll do it like that. That's how we'll do it. So the better record teams up front, the worst record teams at the back. So the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. So Eagles fans, you don't like me, I don't like you guys. But I'm still not going to be a bitch, and I'm still not going to be a dick to you guys. I think you guys make the NFL playoffs right there. There you go. I think the Philadelphia Eagles do make the playoffs with a decent record. Yeah, we'll see how it goes later down the line where I think they're going to fall, but the Green Bay Packers are next. I think the Packers make the playoffs, and I think they have a little bit of a better record than the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think it's going to be too big of a record. I think Green Bay is just barely going to make the playoffs. I don't think they're going to miss it, but I think they're going to get in there just enough. I think Philadelphia, actually, nah, you know what? I think Philadelphia is going to have a better year than the Green Bay Packers. I'm going to put Philadelphia in front of the Packers. I think the Packers, again, barely make the playoffs. I think Philadelphia actually does very well. I don't think they're winning the division. Obviously, I got my boys winning the division. We'll get there. They're right there in a sec. But I do think Philadelphia is going to come very, very close, and I think they're going to give it a good run for the money. Next up, the Baltimore Ravens. I have them barely missing the playoffs. Yeah, what's the surprise? Lamar Jackson, he's got nobody on the team. The weapons are not the greatest right now. He's lost a lot of players. And I think Baltimore's still going to do good. They're going to win the games they're supposed to. They're going to win some upsetting games, but they're also going to lose a lot of close games. I think they're going to lose all the close games that they have. I think if it's like a 3-point or like a touchdown difference, they're not going to win. Into a conference team. I have the Buccaneers in a conference team right there. As of now, I don't know if I'm going to move them back down. I might move them back down, but I have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 out of the 3 conference teams plus the Super Bowl. So that's 1 NFC team in the conference. The Washington Commanders. This is an older version of the tier list, so that's why that's the logo. So just don't. That's not my fault. I didn't make the tier list. I didn't make the team logo. So just all right. I have the Washington Commanders at a sorry maybe next year. I don't think they're gonna come close to making playoffs. I don't think they're gonna come close to missing the playoffs. I think they're just gonna lose. I think they're gonna finish last in the NFC East. But they're not going to be alone for much longer because they're the Houston Texans. I think they're going to have a worse record than the Washington Commanders, so I'm going to put the Texans right down here. Now, I don't think it's hurting me because I don't think we're going to make the conference. But I really want to put us in the conference. I might flip-flop some things here or there, but I'm going to put the Dallas Cowboys as a playoff team as a... No, that was an accident. As a playoff team for right now, and they're going to have the best record as a playoff team as of right now. I think they're just going to beat out the Eagles in the NFC East, being the only team in the NFC East to win a division 2 years in a row for, like... I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a long time. New York Jets. Unfortunately, you had an injury scare with your quarterback, Zach Wilson, the MILF lover. It is what it is, and I hate to say this, but the Jets are going to be sorry maybe next year again. They are going to have a better record than the Texans, I believe. I think the Jets are still going to pull off some big games, and I think they're going to win some games, and they're going to have a better record than the Texans. The Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, sir. The newly acquired Davante Adams. Where do I put the Raiders? For now, things will move. But for now, I'm going to put the Raiders as a playoff team. They have a better record than the Dallas Cowboys. They're the top playoff team right there. I think Derek Carr is a very underrated quarterback. I think with Darren Waller and Devontae Adams, plus the defense already performed last year and showed they can ball out. They do that again this year. And they have no injuries. Injuries are a big thing when it comes to these things. But if they have no injuries, I think the Raiders have a clear path to the playoffs. Easy peasy. The Carolina Panthers. Where do I have the Carolina Panthers? That's a good question. Where do I have the Carolina Panthers? Put the Carolina Panthers at a worse record than the Ravens, and they're going to barely miss the playoffs. I think they're going to have a decent season. But I think the quarterback controversy between Mayfield and Sam Darnold is going to be a little bit too much for them, and they're just not going to make the playoffs. Next up, I got the Atlanta Falcons. Where do I got the Falcons ranking, baby? Oh. Sorry, maybe next year. Yes, a worse record than the Jets. Yeah, I'm really bigging up the Jets here. Los Angeles Chargers, after the additions of Khalil Mack, who else did they get? J.C. Jackson? Was it J.C. Jackson they got from the Patriots or something like that? Justin Herbert, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler. Those boys are sick to the core, and I'm a Charger. I'm a Charger. I like the Chargers. I was gonna say I'm a Charger fan, but I'm not. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I just like the Chargers. I do. I never disliked them. I think the Chargers are gonna make the playoffs easy. And I think. Yeah, we're gonna put them above the Raiders. Dolphins. Tyreek Hill. Yeah, Jalen Waddle. Javon Holland. So many players I like on that team. But they're barely going to miss the playoffs. Yup. I have them as the best record in that little category as of right now. I think they're barely going to miss it. They're in a really tough division. You got the Patriots. Okay, I was going to say the Jets. But the Jets are no. You got the Patriots and you got the Bills. Okay, and with a lot of other teams in the AFC, let's just be honest. The AFC is stacked, and I don't think there's no way the AFC is not winning the Super Bowl this year. Cleveland Browns. What you got for me? Yep. No. Sorry. No, can you stop getting stuck on the, this is a really weird tier list. I have the Cleveland Browns barely missing the playoffs. Not much else to say about that. They have a stacked defense, although Deshaun Watson is not going to be there for them. I think he's going to be suspended a whole year, and that's going to be tough on the Browns as a whole. I think the Ravens are just going to beat out the Browns by a couple games, and I think it's going to be the offensive struggles that's really going to hit the Browns. Close to home. Who knows? Maybe next year. I could have put you, sorry, maybe next year, but I'm going to put you barely miss playoffs because I think you guys will have a good record, but just not good enough to get in. The New England Patriots. I hate to do this. I really hate to do this. I really, really hate to do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to put the Patriots as a playoff team, but the back burner of the playoff teams. Yeah, I think they're gonna win the games they need to win. I think they're gonna beat Miami at least one of the two times. They're gonna beat Buffalo once out of the two times. They're gonna beat the Jets both times. And I think the Patriots are just gonna barely edge it in to get into the playoffs. I think they're gonna have the worst record in the playoffs. That's just me. I think they're gonna have the worst record, but I think they're barely gonna make it in. Actually, you know what? See, I want to put the Packers at the back burner, right? Because I don't think the Packers are going to do well this year. Devontae Adams is gone. Defense is crumbling. They have Aaron Rodgers, and I can't ever count him out. So you know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm going to put Patriots above the Packs. The Packs are going to be at the bottom of the playoff teams, but the Patriots are going to be right there, and they're just going to make the playoffs. I think they're going to get it. Detroit Lions, as much as I like you as a franchise, and I never had anything against the Detroit Lions, and I actually kind of want to see the Detroit Lions succeed, I'm actually going to put them right above the Jets, and I'm going to give them a sorry maybe next year. Yeah, I think the Lions are going to have a decent year. I think they're going to win games that they shouldn't win. Honestly, the first game Detroit plays against is against the Philadelphia Eagles. Detroit actually could win that game. I don't think they're going to win that game, and the Eagles are going to win, but Detroit could easily win that game. So next up, we got the Tennessee Titans. This one's a tough one to predict. You got 14 teams to make the playoffs, right? You have 14. As of right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 7. So there's 7 more teams that make the playoffs. Plus Super Bowl champs, right? So, do Tennessee make it? I can change my mind a little bit later, at the end after I'm done everything, but I do think the Tennessee Titans somehow, surprisingly, make the playoffs. Now, I think they're not going to have a better record than the Chargers and the Raiders, and I don't think they're going to have a better record than the Cowboys. I think they're just going to split Dallas and Philadelphia right here in the middle. They're going to be in the middle of the pack. I think Tennessee is going to just barely make playoffs, but they're going to have a decent enough record in the AFC to get in there. So that's where I put Tennessee as of right now. Next up, we get the New York Football Giants. Sorry, maybe next year, but the best record in that category. Denver Broncos. Let's ride. Yes, sir. Russell Wilson now taking snaps for the Broncos. Yeah, I got to do it. I got to do it, and I'm going to put him in the playoff team. I'm going to put them right here. Yeah, right there. I'm going to put the Denver Broncos in front of the Cowboys. And yes, I know what it looks like. The Chargers, Raiders, Broncos, all in the same division. And you got them all lined up like this. Yeah, I do. That division is so stacked. Like people, everybody's talking, right? Every team in that division can make the playoffs. And a part of me thinks that's going to happen. We have the Minnesota Vikings. Playoff team. Playoff team. Not only playoff team, they're going to win the division, they're going to beat up the Packers. I don't think they're going to be as better than the Eagles or the Titans or the Cowboys or the Broncos or Raiders or Chargers, but the Vikings are a real deal, man. And I think this is their opportunity to finally flip things around. The Packers being the, dominant team in that division to take it over. Kirk Cousins is decent enough to get the job done, so he should be able to, and I can't wait to see it. San Francisco 49ers had a really good playoff year last year. Made it to the conference finals. Lost to the Rams. Right there, just in front of the Dallas Cowboys. Now, obviously, we're running out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There's 3 more playoff teams plus the Super Bowl champs that I got. One of them's coming up is the LA Rams. Repeat, they go back to the conference championship. And I think they have the best record in the NFC East. Or the NFC in general. Back to East. They have the best record in general. I think the LA Rams are going to have the best record in the NFL and for the NFC. Tampa Bay coming just shortly behind. So now that I have 2 NFC teams right here, you can imagine what team I might have up here. With the Seattle Seahawks, yes sir. Sorry, maybe next year. Right behind the Jets. I think the Seahawks are going to have a worse record than the Jets and the Lions. I know. How are the Lions and the Jets right freaking here? Look, Seattle's got a lot of problems. I mean, a lot. Okay, they look like shit against Steelers. Keep in mind, though, they did come back. They started driving. They started doing things with it. And, hey, Geno Smith, I'm happy for you. Drew Lock, do your thing. And I know they got DK Metcalf. I know they got Tyler Lockett. And I know they got those players, but the defense sucks. The O-line still sucks. There's not enough there. Pete Carroll, as good as a coach he is, he will not be able to do much with that team. Buffalo Bills, you're up on the clock next, and you are, sorry, maybe next year. Didn't mean to put you there, my bad, boys. Playoff team? Maybe they're a playoff team. I think they're a playoff team. Conference team? They're a conference team. However, I think they're so good that they're going to be the Super Bowl champs this year. Buffalo Bills, eat your heart out. Go get a Super Bowl, baby. You've been wanting it for so many years. You can't get it. Here's your shot. Go get it. Buffalo. Yeah, I got them as Super Bowl champions. I think that team is dominant. Just so dominant. And they came close. All they did was lose a coin toss. And now the rules have changed. So thank God that can't happen anymore. Buffalo Bills, you are my Super Bowl champs. So don't let me down. Jacksonville, that leads me right down from the very top to the very bottom. Jacksonville Jaguars. Doug Peterson, the head coach, though. You're going to get it right there. Right in front of the Jets, just behind the Lions. No, actually, you know what? Right there. Yeah, I think you have a decent record. Doug Peterson's your coach. Very, very solid coach. Won the Super Bowl, the only Super Bowl for the Philadelphia Eagles. Beating Tom Brady and the Patriots. Trevor Lawrence is trying to come into his own. He's not doing much, but he's coming into his own. And you know what? He has a decent, solid team. So I think Jackson will do pretty good. They still won't come anywhere near close to playoffs, but they'll do decent. Now you got the Chicago Bears. You know what? We'll put Chicago right there. I think Chicago have a better record than the Falcons and the Texans. The Bears, not even going to come close to the playoffs. I don't see them even having a shot, to be honest. There's not much to say about the Bears. I can barely name you anybody on the... I can barely name you anybody on that roster, and I'm an NFL fan. I can almost name everybody on everybody's roster, and I can't name the Bears. Justin Fields and David Montgomery. I think he's on the Bears. You know what? I can't name you anybody else. So we got the Pittsburgh Steelers coming up next, and you know what? Preseason Mitchell Trubisky, he looked better in that one drive than he did in his whole career in Chicago. Let's be honest. Just gonna miss the playoffs. By a little bit. I think you're going to split between the Ravens and the Browns. I think the Browns are just going to lose a few games. Their defense is sick and insane. You know what? The defense is pretty good. I'll put Pittsburgh down here. Pittsburgh's going to be the bottom of their division. Right? Who do I have at the top? Oh, that's coming up. Never mind. Bengals. I have the Bengals at the top. I think the Steelers are going to just be at the very bottom of the division, but I don't think it's going to be a bad bottom. I think they're going to actually have a lot of good talent, a lot of good close games, and I think they're going to win a decent amount. I just don't think they're going to be able to beat the Browns in a couple, and the Ravens are going to outscore. The Ravens could actually finish bottom, but I'm going to put the Steelers at the bottom. Next up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals, and I got them as a playoff team. But you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to put the Raiders as a conference team. I think they're going to make the conference. I'm going to put the Bengals. Nope. No, you got to come up. I'm going to put the Bengals. Yeah. I think the Bengals have the second best, or the one. I think the Chargers are going to have the better record than the Raiders, but the Raiders are going to make the conference. The 2-3. They're going to have the fourth best record in the AFC. I think the Bengals are going to make it. That team is just godlike, all right? And not only that, not only godlike, they are loved. They are beloved by everybody. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase. If you don't like those two players, I cannot be your friend. I cannot talk to you. It does not matter because those guys are insane. Kansas City Chiefs. You're counting. Everybody's counting, right? 14 teams can make it. I got the Chiefs barely missing playoffs. A lot of people are clicking off this video. A lot of people are calling me an idiot. A lot of people are saying a lot of things. But I will tell you right now, Chiefs are not making the playoffs. They will not make it. They will barely make it. They're going to win their games. Trust me, they're going to win their games. But they're going to lose to the Chargers, to the Raiders. I think they're going to split the Broncos. I know, Mahomes, Kelsey, they lost Hill though, and their defense has not been that good since the Super Bowl run. Take me up on this as you will, but when the Chiefs don't make the playoffs, you can say, I said it first, baby. However, they make the playoffs, do not come back to this video and forget everything I said. Leads me to the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray got his bag. Yeah, you're going to barely miss the playoffs. Third best record on that tier list, on that little tier. I don't know what to really say. I just don't think they're going to pull it off. You got the Rams, you got the Niners, and you got... Seahawks are going to finish dead last, obviously. But you got the Niners and you got the Rams. And I think the Rams and Niners can systematically and just beat Arizona. So, Indianapolis Colts... They have a better record than the Cardinals. Not as good as the Dolphins. Matt Ryan, number 2. Your QB now. And you can easily take this team to the... You know what, though? They have the best offensive line in football, in my opinion. Which goes a long way. They have Michael Pittman. Matt Ryan, now a veteran. They have Jonathan Taylor. And they have a solid defense. Oh, you know what? We'll finish it off. Give me a second. We're going to finish it off. New Orleans Saints. I think you're barely going to miss the playoffs. You're on a better record than the Panthers. But you're going to finish right there. It's a tough one, man, because they have such a good, solid team. You know what? I'm switching it, boys. I'm putting the Titans that barely missed, and I'm taking the Colts as the division winner. So there you go. This is my final tier list. I got the Chargers, Bengals, Broncos, Niners, Cowboys, Colts, Eagles, Vikings, Patriots, Packers as your playoff teams, alongside with the Rams, Bucks, Raiders, Bills. Barely missing the playoffs. Crazy. Call me crazy. You got the Kansas City Chiefs at the very top of that list. Then you got the Miami Dolphins, Tennessee Titans, who I was going to put in there, so if they win the division, I'll be kind of pissed off. Arizona Cardinals, Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns, Pittsburgh Steelers, New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers. At the start, maybe next year, you won't even be a conversation. You'll just be there for spoiler or just to get your ass kicked. The New York Giants, the Washington Commanders, the Jacksonville Jaguars, Detroit Lions, New York Jets, Seattle Seahawks, Chicago Bears, Atlanta Falcons, Houston Texans at the very bottom of that list. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is my tier list for this season of the NFL. If you have anything you would like to disagree with, or you want to do your own tier list, you know what? I'm on Twitter. Twitter handle is down below. Send me DMs. Send me stuff. Send me what your tier list will look like. Okay, go do this tier list, and you tell me who you think is going to win the Super Bowl, who you think is going to make the playoffs. Call me an idiot for putting the Chiefs barely missing. But that's my tier list. So screenshot that right now. Screenshot this right now. Put it all together. You'll see it in the thumbnail. It's fine. This is my tier list. Hope you guys did enjoy it. I'll see you guys in the next one. And I'm out. Peace. Ladies and gentlemen, this was the last ever tier list I do on this channel. Why? Because every tier list and reaction video will be moved to the second channel that I'm going to be making more JDT in the description down below. That's where everything that I don't think will be main content material will be put on over there. So go check it out. Go like, comment, and subscribe. Do all that good stuff. Or don't and be a dick. Peace.